Hello everybody, welcome to another Warframe build video, and I'm really excited to bring you guys my Wisp build. I have a lot of friends over the years that have always asked me like, what's your Wisp build, what's your Wisp build? But I never wanted to give it to them. I don't know, I kept keeping it, but I'm ready to share it now. And since it's been a long time, I'm also made some edits to it and some changes to it, but here we go. Alright, starting off on our Wisp Prime, our Archon shards. We are running 4 Tau-Forged Crimsons to give 15% ability strength each. And we are running a 1 Tau-Forged Amber Archon shard for casting speed. And on our Wisp, I have 2 builds actually. One for full strength, which can reach to like 745% strength. And one with roar, which is just going to be 627% strength. So let's start off with the roar. I'm running growing power, power drift, primed continuity, umbral intensify, umbral vitality, transient fortitude, augur secrets, blind rage, energy conversion, stretch, arcane circumvent to help us give like more survivability, and arcane bellicose. And of course we are running roar as our Helminth ability. So right now we have base strength 428%, but to make it 627%, we are adding on top of it some additional mods that aren't displayed in the mod section. So like for example, a growing power, this 25% is not shown on this page here. Same thing with energy conversion. This 50% will not be displayed here. And arcane bellicose, this 72%. In this case, for this build, arcane bellicose will only provide 64. So the 64% from arcane bellicose will not show up here. And also we're using an additional thing to help us boost our power strength, which I will show you in a second. Now moving on to the full strength build. The same thing pretty much, except I am using Empower as the Helminth ability, and I am using Mote Augmented. So this is the build that can reach up to 745% power strength. And even higher. I'll talk about it. Okay, moving on to my primary. I am just running the Acceltra Prime. I have an Acceltra Ribbon for Toxin, critical damage, and negative status chance. You could just replace this with Hammer Shot for the crit damage. I have Primed Cryo Rounds, Infected Clip, Vital Sense, Galvanized Chamber, Serration, Galvanized Aptitude, Critical Delay, Vigilante Supplies, and Primary Crux. We're running Primary Crux so we can get the ammo efficiency whenever we hit the weak points. It's really, really nice on the Acceltra. I love this thing. Moving on to the secondary, my Grimoire, my Harry Potter. Now this is essential because this by itself will give us an extra 60% power strength. So we're running Pistol Pestilence, Pistol Acuity, Gunslinger, Frostbite, Vom Invocation, which is the alternate fire, increases ability strength by 4% for 20 seconds for each enemy hit, and it stacks up to 15 times. Hornet Strike, Primed Target Cracker, and Galvanized Shot with secondary and array. This is amazing. I love this mod. So good. And for our melee, we're using the Arca Titron with a melee influence build and a heavy slam build. So Crushing Ruin, Dispatch Overdrive, Galvanized Reflex, Pressure Point, Primed Fever Strike, Seismic Wave, Galvanized Steel, Vicious Frost, Organ Shatter, and Killing Blow. And I'm not running electricity on this weapon because the unique slam trait is that it gives us electricity on slam. Okay, so and for the companion, I am running Wyrm Prime. I have Primed Regen, Contagious Bond, Primed Animal Instinct, Tenacious Bond, Vacuum, Sacrifice, Momentous Bond, Enhanced Vitality, Restorative Bond, and Negate. So because the build has so much power strength and I'm using up a lot of the mod slots for the power strength, I don't really have extra space to add adaptation. So we can get murdered pretty quickly if we're not watching what we're doing. So I'm using negate on Wyrm. This is the reason why I'm using it, so that it helps prevent status effects from applying on our characters every 5 seconds. And then I'm also running, in the event that we do die, I'm running sacrifice so that it can revive us. But normally with this build, you want to be playing with friends. I mean, you can play by yourself too, like I showed you in the beginning of the video, but you have to just be more careful, basically. Okay, for the Prime laser rifle, excuse me. Point strike, galvanized aptitude, magnetic capacity, laser rifle ribbon, vital sense, galvanized chamber, malignant force, and ram rounds. You can just replace this again for hammer shot, just for the crit damage. Okay. And that is pretty much it for our Wisp Prime build. Alright, there's one more weapon I wanted to talk about, and that is the Trumna. I absolutely love the Trumna. On the Trumna, we're running Vital Sense, Galvanized Chamber, Galvanized Aptitude, my Trumna Ribbon for crit damage, but we could just replace this for Vigilante mod to get more multi-shot. Like, what's the name of this mod? Vigilante Armaments. We're running Hammer Shot, Malignant Force, Rhyme Rounds, Primed Fast Hands, Vigilante Supplies, and Primary Deadhead. The reason we're not running any fire rate is because Wisp Prime is our fire rate. And Primed Fast Hands, because the Trumna reloads really slow. It has a lot of ammo, but it reloads really slow. Okay. And now I want to break down the strength, or the strength bonuses. So both builds start at 428%. Now, we're gonna get an additional 60% from the Wyrm Invocation, 64% from Bellicose on our Roar build, 50% from Energy Conversion, and 25% on Growing Power when we're by ourselves. We're not including anybody else's growing power, like if your friend is running growing power, which will help stack it. But with all of those together, that will bring us up to 627% strength. Now, on our full strength build, we're getting the 60% from the Wyrm Invocation, but for the full strength, we're getting the full benefit of Bellicose, so we're getting 72%. And for energy conversion, again, 50%. Growing power, 25%. And with our Mote Augmented, we are getting another 60%. So that's what's making us do 745% power strength or ability strength on the full strength build. Now, you can increase it more if you had the other red shard that I did not have, or that I didn't add. So if you add one more red Archon shard, it'll give you 15% more. So you would have 642% on the Roar and 760% on the full strength build. Now, something that I'll like to add, because we don't have a lot of survivability, I recommend you can use a Dante Spectre to help with Overguard. I did that and I absolutely loved it. It's amazing. And another Spectre you could use too is actually a Nidus Spectre, because you can actually get even more power strength with the Nidus Spectre. If you throw down a Nidus Spectre, it'll buff you up 28% strength. So our builds, let's say you have all Archon shards Crimson. So we'll have 670% power strength on the Roar build and 788% strength on the full strength build. And when we're doing relics, if you happen to be doing relics and your relic cracks, that's a ×2 multiplier. So then your power strength will be at 1,340 for the Roar build and like 1,576 for the full strength. It's awesome. And another thing to mention is that if your friend is running Nidus, your strength boost is going to be much higher. Much higher. Okay, so now for the gameplay loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to get our Bellicose built up first. So I'm going to go ahead and place down my health flowers first. And then we're going to use our Grimoire to get the 60% with the alt fire. We're going to make sure we have an energy orb picked up for energy conversion. So I'm going to go ahead and activate my alt fire, get the 60%, make sure growing power is active. And I want to make sure that I have the energy conversion orb. As soon as I have that ready, I'm going to keep casting it until we get 64% on the Bellicose. That's as high as it'll go for the Roar build. Once you have that, that's when we want to start working on all of our other buffs. So we're going to go ahead and get the energy orb for our speed buff and get the energy orb for our shock motes. I like the Wyrm invocation because it does have a 20-second duration, so you do have a good amount of time to get the other stuff to activate. And once you have all of that active, you're good to go. You could even use it for your roar. And for the full strength build, same thing. We're gonna do the exact same thing. However, we also have to use empower. So before you use any of your flowers, make sure you cast empower, and we want to build Bellicose up to 72. And as soon as we do that, that's when we start building our other buffs. So once we get 72 on Bellicose, we want to start building Mote Augmented. So make sure you get all the kills. And then once that's fully done, we have our Mote Augmented and our Bellicose ready. So we're going to go ahead and get the invocation. We're going to hit empower, get our energy orb, and cast all of our flowers. The full strength build has a lot of setup. So if you're going to use this build, make sure you're with a team that's going to stay for a long time, because that's where you're going to get the most benefit out of this build. If not, I would just stick with the roar. I always just use the roar. But that's it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.